The Council was angry. Inside the giant golden tower of Council Prime, the 12 ruling species of the galaxy stood around a long circular table. Holograms of destroyed ships, blacked-out outposts, and silent satellites filled the air. All the evidence pointed to one place: Earth. High Lord Threx slammed his clawed hand on the table. They were weak. They were our servants. Now they strike from the shadows. The Drail ambassador nodded. This is war. We must respond fast. A vote was cast. 12 lights turned red. Operation Burning Sky was approved to Earth would pay. Later, Earth's Orbit General Myra Chen stood on the command deck of Earth's orbital defense ring. A warning flashed on screen. Council fleet incoming. How many ships? She asked calmly. The answer came with a chill. 32 confirmed. 5 battlecruisers, 14 destroyers. Support units, all heading straight for Earth. Captain Rhea Malek's voice echoed through secure comms. It's a show of force. They're trying to scare us. Chen didn't flinch. Then we won't blink. Begin silent shield protocol. Ready the fleet. Council fleet, approaching Earth and board. The Council flagship Virex, Commander Trivok. Watched Earth grow larger in the window. Send a wideband message, he ordered. The voice went out across all human systems. This is the Council. Surrender Earth's leaders and military assets. Lay down your arms. If not, we will burn your planet. There was silence. Then a single human voice responded, Come closer, if you dare. Earth's response, Operation Silent Shield, General. Chen activated a hidden defense system spread across the moon, Earth's orbit, and deep space. It had been years in the making. Satellites powered up, stealth mines armed. Cloaked railguns turned to the stars. Every civilian city was already under deep protection. Every child trained in drills. Earth had prepared for this moment for decades. But Chen had one more secret. She turned to her aide. Send the Whisper Fleet to Point R9. Let them watch and learn. Battle begins, edge of Earth spaces. The Council ships neared the stars. Around them flickered like shadows moving across the sky. Then the first mine detonated. A flash of blue fire. One destroyer went silent. Ambush, Trivok roared. Raise shields. But it was too late. Earth's stealth weapons struck fast. Satellites opened fire from above. Railguns punched through thick armor. Support ships exploded. Then came the Whisper Fleet, 10 Earth. Warships uncloaked in perfect formation. Sleek, black, silent. Faster than Council eyes could follow. Trevok screamed. They have warships. Earth has a fleet, but no one answered. His own ship began losing power. Meanwhile, onboard Earth flagship Vengeance, Captain Malek stood on the bridge, his eyes focused. We hold the line, she said, but don't destroy them all. Let some escape. Let them carry fear back with them. Her ship moved like lightning, dodging fire, cutting through shields, disabling systems. Her crew worked like a single machine. Every shot they fired was exact. No waste, no panic. Earth had trained for this war. Council retreat begins. After only 20 minutes, half the Council fleet was gone. 2 battlecruisers shattered. Several ships floated dead in space. Commander Trivak gave the order no one thought he ever would. Retreat. As the surviving ships turned away from Earth, Malik gave one last command. Let them go. And send this message. The message was simple. Earth bows no longer. Aftermath inside Council Prime, the Council Lords sat in silence. The air was heavy with fear. The humans defeated a fleet of 30, one asked. They used weapons we can't detect, ships we can't follow. They knew we were coming. High Lord Threx stood slowly. Then we must crush them completely. In his heart, he felt fear, and far across the galaxy, other species were watching. Some began to whisper, if Earth can stand, maybe we don't have to kneel either. Final scene, Earth's General Chen looked out at Earth from her office in orbit. Fires still burned in space, but Earth was safe. Her aide asked, did we win? She answered, we survived. But now, the real war begins. And above them, the Whisper Fleet floated silently, guardians in the dark. The Council had struck, but Earth had not broken. It had only awakened across the stars. The Council's power had ruled for centuries. Their fleets were feared. Their orders were law. Worlds obeyed without question. But now something was changing. Something was spreading like a fire in dry grass. Hope. It started small, in the mining tunnels of Cadra 4. A worker whispered, "Did you hear? Earth fought back ... and won." The jungle moon Zelthor, a rebel soldier, said, "Earth did not kneel. We don't have to." And on a cold, dark station, orbiting Varkan Prime, a traitor posted a message. Earth broke free. The galaxy will never be the same. That message reached billions, and some of them decided to act. Scene secret meeting on Varkan. Priman. An abandoned factory, 13 non-human leaders met in shadows. Each one had seen Earth stand against the Council. And now they had gathered for one reason: to resist. The leader, a tall insectoid named Grask, spoke first. "We've all felt it. The Council is not invincible. Earth showed us that." A four-eyed warrior leaned forward. "But Earth is far. We're scattered, alone." A soft voice replied. It was Selen, a former slave from the Ital system. "Then maybe it's time we're not alone anymore." She placed a small metal cube on the table. It lit up with a hologram. "Earth's Whisper Fleet. They sent us this," she said. "A signal. A choice." Cube played a short message. General Mira Chen's voice. "You know what the Council has done to you. Earth remembers being under their heel. But we rose. And now we offer you a hand. You don't have to fight alone anymore." Silence fell. Then Grask said, "I say we answer." Meanwhile, Earth headquarters, underground base, New Geneva. General Chen stood before a map of the galaxy. Red zones marked Council strongholds. Blue lights flickered slowly. These were the worlds where whispers of rebellion had begun. "Captain." Rhea Malik entered. 5 systems just went dark. It's all known for anti-Council activity. They're making their move. Chen nodded. "Good, but they'll need support." Malik smirked. "Then let's give them a reason to believe."
Seen the first alliance, Salon Kadrafur, a mining colony ruled by Council enforcers. Hundreds of workers gathered at night in the tunnels. A rebel named Darrow climbed a rock and raised a small
Earth's flag black, with a silver star. He shouted, "They said Earth would fall. They said no one could beat the Council." He pointed upward. But Earth stood up. And now they offer us a path. Who will walk it? One by one, hands went up. Then weapons. They would take back their colony. Seen Council panic inside Council Prime. Meetings turned to arguments. Reports flooded in. 5 uprisings in Sector 3. Ital slaves broke their chains. A rebel fleet is forming near the Trellin Rift. High Lord Threx snarled. Earth's poison is spreading. One of his advisors shook with fear. "It's not poison. It's freedom." Seen Earth's secret gift at midnight. A small Earth stealth ship dropped a black crate in the forests of Zelthor. Inside it, food, medkits, and weapons. The crate had no signature, no name. Only a message. You are not forgotten. Fight, survive. Earth stands with you. The rebels wept. Then they picked up the rifles and aimed for the stars. Final scene. Earth's broadcast to the galaxy. General Chen stepped in front of a camera. This time, Earth did not whisper. It spoke loudly.
Ow.
To every world under Council control, you are not alone. Earth remembers what it means to be silenced. But we broke our chains, and now we offer our voice to yours. If you stand, stand proud. If you rise, rise together. The Council feared one Earth. What will they do against many? Closing image. Across the galaxy, flags rose. Protests turned. Into armies, slaves became soldiers. Colonies became fire. The galaxy had changed, and it started with one word: no. Earth had said it first now. Others followed. In the cold darkness of space, the outer fortress of Krylos floated like a beast guarding the gate. It was built from black stone and steel. It was the Council's largest battle station in the outer sectors. No one had ever attacked it. No one had ever escaped it. Inside its thick walls, prisoners screamed, rebels were broken, and weapons were stored for planetary destruction. The Council believed Krylos was untouchable. They were wrong, because Earth was coming. Seen Earth's War. Room. Deep Command. Antarctica Captain Rhea Malik stood beside General Chen as a 3D hologram of Krylos rotated above the table. Chen spoke calmly. If we take Krylos, the outer rim breaks free. The Council loses its grip. But it's a fortress, Malik said. Heavily armed, shielded, guarded by 4 Council fleets. Chen turned to her. Then we use what they fear most. Malik smiled. The Whisper Fleet. Seen inside, Krylos Commander Zarnak, a 3-eyed Drail officer, walked across the metal bridge inside the station. He looked out at the prisoners working in the cold. Weak species, he said to himself. Earth has filled them with false hope. An alarm blinked. A tech shouted, "Sir, we lost contact with Defense Ring 6. Zarnak frowned. Again, another system error. No, sir. It's not a glitch. The platform exploded. Then, the lights flickered, and from deep space, shadows began to move. Seen the Whisper Fleet attacks like ghosts. 12 Earth warships uncloaked near the fortress. Silent, fast, deadly. Each moved through debris fields, dodging patrol routes. They struck first with EMP torpedoes disabling turrets and sensor towers. Then came the Spectre. Earth's newest prototype ship. It carried no weapons, just a signal. The signal jammed Krylos' communications. They couldn't call for help. They were alone. Seen ground team insertioned in the chaos. 5 drop pods slammed into the surface decks. Earth's elite soldiers led by Major Isla Hart poured out. Their goal, free the prisoners, destroy the weapon vault, and upload a virus into the central core. Hart moved quickly, disabling guards and avoiding heavy fire. Her team wore adaptive armor, blending with the dark halls. She spoke into her mic. Upload team, move to Sector C. Prison break team, clear the cells. Time is short. Scene, prison uprising. In the lowest level of Krylos, the prisoners stared. In shock, as the cell doors slid open, a voice spoke over the speakers. You are free. Rise up. Fight. Earth is here. Weapons were dropped from the ceiling vents. Earth. Tech smuggled in days before. The prisoners grabbed them, screamed, rushed the guards. Chaos exploded. Scene. Council panic inside the command chamber. Commander Zarnak shouted, seal the core. Call the fleet. His officers replied. Communications are jammed. Docking bays are breached. They're inside the station. Zarnak's face twisted in fear. Not just because Earth had attacked, but because they were winning. Scene final upload. Hart reached the core. Her tech officer, a quiet genius named Caro, began uploading the Earth-made virus. It would erase the fortress's files, unlock all defenses, and mark the entire base for targeting. Council reinforcements were now just minutes away. Hart gave the order, team, evac now, Ghostwind is inbound. Just then, Zarnak appeared with guards. You think you can destroy the Council? You're just humans? Hart aimed her weapon. We're more than that. We're the beginning of your end. She fired. Scene the fall as the virus completed. Alarms screamed, gates opened, missile bays locked on themselves, one by one. The fortress's weapons self-destructed, and from orbit, Earth's railguns fired massive rounds slicing through the Krylos walls. The fortress cracked open like an egg. Fire poured into space. But Earth's dropships were already gone, vanishing into the black. Scene across the galaxy, footage of the fortress's fall spread like wildfire. People in the deepest colonies saw the Council's mighty symbol burning. On rebel worlds, flags rose higher. On slave stations, guards began to fall back. Earth had done what none thought possible. They destroyed the unbreakable. Final. Scene Council Prime High Lord Threx watched the footage in silence. His claw trembled. They took Krylos. He whispered. One of his advisors asked, what do we do? Threx's voice turned cold. We stopped them. All of them. Its allies. Every last one. Ready stood and gave the final command. Ready to home, Armada? No. The galaxy was on fire. From the silver moons of Traker to the ocean world of Vosanine. Rebel flags were rising. Council's rule, once unshakable, was falling planet by planet. But the Council had one last weapon. The home. Marta. 500 ships. 8 Titan-class dreadnoughts. Dozens of carrier groups. Every major species had sent their strongest fleets. Their goal was clear. Crush Earth, once and for all. Seen Earth High Command. Final War Room, Underground Bunker General Mira Chen stood before the Earth Alliance Command. The faces on screen came from many worlds, aliens and humans alike. Once slaves, now soldiers. She spoke simply. The Council is bringing everything. This will be their final push. If we fall, the rebellion dies. But if we stand, the galaxy lives free. Captain Rhea Malik saluted. Then we make our stand at Juno Point. Seen Juno Point? Edge of Sol's system. Juno Point was an empty space zone filled with asteroid fields, magnetic storms, and abandoned satellites. Earth had chosen it as the perfect trap. The Whisper fleet uncloaked first, silent and ready rebel. Ships from Cadra 4, Zelthor, Idle, and more joined them, patchwork warships united by one goal. They waited, and then on the horizon. The sky turned black. The Council had arrived. Seen the battle begins. Council dreadnoughts led the charge. Firing massive plasma beams, the shockwaves destroyed entire asteroid belts. But Earth's fleet was ready. Mines detonated. Cloaked railguns punched holes in the lead ships. Ion storms fried Council shields. The rebels struck from below, above, behind, dash everywhere. For every ship Earth lost, the Council lost 2 more. Seen flagship showdown. High Lord Threx himself commanded the Council's super dreadnought Judgment. He watched Earth's fleet move with impossible speed. How do they fight like this? He hissed. Then a voice cut into his private channel. You never understood us, Threx. We don't fight alone anymore. It was Captain Malik. Her ship, the ESS Vengeance, dropped out of cloak just behind his dreadnought and fired. Seen inside. The ESS Vengeance Malik's crew worked without fear. Weapons charged. Shields holding. Council command ship is vulnerable. Malek gave the final order. End it. 3 torpedoes flew. The Judgment exploded in a burst of red fire. High Lord. Threx was gone. The Council had no leader now. Seen final push with Threx dead. The rebel fleet surged. Juno Point became a graveyard of Council ships. One by one, the dreadnoughts fell. Council soldiers dropped their weapons. Some ships tried to escape, but Earth didn't chase. They simply sent one last message. You're free. I go home. Seen across the galaxy, screens lit up on every planet. Aliens, humans, slaves, and soldiers watched in silence as the Council armada burned. A child on Traker whispered, We're free now? His mother nodded, tears in her eyes. Yes, child. Earth made it so. Seen Council Prime falls with its fleets destroyed and its leaders gone. Council Prime surrendered without a shot. The gates opened, the prisons emptied, and the people cheered. Final scene, Earth United Council. 6 months later, a new chamber rose in place of the old council. This time, every species had a voice, not just humans. All of them. The galaxy was no longer ruled by fear. It was guided by unity. General Chen stood beside former rebels. Now diplomats, she said, we fought, we bled, but we never gave up. We rose not to rule, to give others the chance to rise too. In deep space, a lone Earth ship flew past a broken Council warship. Its hull red. They broke us first. We just remembered how to fight back. The stars were quiet again, but now they shined brighter with hope. The rain fell hard in New Geneva, Earth's capital city. Streets glowed with neon signs, and people hurried under umbrellas. It looked like peace, but it wasn't. A tall figure in a long coat stepped off a shuttle. His face was calm, but his eyes scanned everything. He was not human. He was a spy, named Zarnvac. Species, Drail. Mission, find the truth. Stop Earth's secret war plans. Kill if needed. He walked past shops and smiling humans, but inside his mind, the Council's orders repeated like a drum. Earth must not rise. Discover what they're hiding. Eliminate their leaders. What Zarn didn't know was that Earth already knew he was coming, and they had set a trap. 2 days earlier, Earth's Intelligence Command, codename Vault-7 General, Mira Chen looked at the file on her screen. Zarnvak, Drail Intelligence Officer, expert in infiltration and sabotage, entered Earth under the name Vartan Cole using forged documents. She looked at Agent Leela Hart, Earth's top field operative. Follow him. Don't stop him. Let him find just enough. Then we cut off his path, Lila smiled. The spider walks into the web. Now, streets of New Genevazern. Vok rented a room in the center of the city. From the window, he saw Earth's Defense Ministry building. It looked simple, quiet, no strong guards.
Yeah, but he knew better.
Humans hide everything, he whispered. But they're still just children playing war. That night, he sneaked into a public lab using stolen codes. Inside, he found something strange: blueprints of a warship, far more advanced than any council design. Impossible, he whispered. Then the lights flickered. A soft click echoed. Someone was behind him. He turned. No one, but a voice spoke. Through a hidden speaker, "Keep digging, little spy. We're watching." Meanwhile, onboard Earth's Whisper ship Ghostwind Captain Rhea Malik received the report. Spy has found level 3 decoy files. We let him see them. General Chen's voice replied over the secure channel. Good. Let him think he's winning. Malik smiled. We let him run until he trips. Then we pull the floor.
Next day.
Secret meeting in Earth's underground markets. Arn walked through a dark tunnel filled with strange machines, old tech, and quiet traders. A human man sat in the shadows, waiting. I have more files, the man said, but they'll cost you. Zarn threw him a pouch of council coins. Talk. The man handed him a data chip. This has your answers, but be careful. Ghosts. Zarn laughed. Ghosts? I fear no ghost. He left. The trader pulled out a cum, took the bait. He's going to Site 9. Later outside Site 9. Abandoned research facility. Zarn broke the lock and entered the old building. It was dark. Dust floated in the air. Computers blinked, slowly, still alive. He connected the data chip. A massive file opened. Ship designs, fleet paths, secret weapons. The kind of weapons that could destroy council fleets. His hands shook. They lied. Earth is not weak. They're building an empire. Suddenly, the screen flashed red. Access traced. Doors slammed shut. Lights cut off. Then, footsteps. Agent Lila Hart entered the room, weapon drawn. Hello, Zarn, she said. Did you enjoy your little tour? Zarn stepped back, shocked. How? How did you know? We've been watching you since you landed. He drew his blade. Then let's end it. Lila moved like lightning. Their fight was fast, silent. He struck. She blocked. She hit. He stumbled. He was skilled. But she was trained to kill spies like him. In 30 seconds, it was over. Zarn lay on the ground, breathing hard, bleeding. I failed, he muttered. Lila leaned close. You were never meant to win. Back at Earth Intelligence, HQ General Chen watched the video from Lila's body cam. She turned to her staff. Zarn, Vac will survive. Barely let him return to the council. Let him report what he saw. But he saw lies, one officer said. Chen smiled. Exactly. He saw what we wanted him to see. Now the council will prepare for the wrong war. Final scene aboard Council flagship Triumviran. Zarn Vac, wounded and silent, stood before the council lords. They are not what we thought, he said. Earth is building something huge.
Ow.
They have advanced warships, strange weapons, a full resistance network, the Drail leader asked. Can we stop them? Zarn hesitated. Maybe if we strike fast. They didn't know he was wrong. They didn't know Earth was already 10 steps ahead, and the Whisper fleet was just the beginning. Outpost Vega 7 floated on the edge of Council space, near the black mist of the Shard Nebula. It was quiet, too. Quiet. The station was old, half-rusted, and used mostly to store fuel and scrap. No one expected trouble there. That's why the Council sent 3 destroyers to dock nearby, to rest and resupply. Commander Vale, the Drail officer in charge, sat in the control tower, sipping warm nutrient broth. He looked at the empty radar screen and said, "Nothing ever happens out here." Just then, all the lights flickered. His second-in-command frowned. "That's the 3rd time today, sir. Cheap repairs," Vale muttered. But it wasn't cheap. Repairs it was Earth. 30 minutes earlier, Whisper ship Ghostwind. Cloaked nearby, Captain Rhea Malik stared at the hologram of Vega Outpost. 3 warships. 80 guards, auto turrets, weak but still dangerous. She looked at her officers. "But we're not here for a full assault. We're here to test their fear." Young pilot asked, "Do we destroy them?" Malik smiled. "No, we break them, and we make sure the Council knows who did it." She gave the command. "Begin the trap." Inside Vega 7, warning signs begin. Commander Vale heard a soft beep. A tech officer stood up fast. "Sir, we're losing signal with drone grid 4 and 5, and stop stammering. Speak clearly." The officer's voice shook. "The whole outer sensor ring is blind.
Ali.
Something is moving, but we can't." "See it?" Vale stood, cold sweat on his brow. "Activate defense grid. Scramble pilots." Suddenly, a deep human voice echoed through every speaker on the station. "You thought Earth would stay quiet forever? You were wrong. Ghostwind fires first from deep space, unseen by the naked eye. Ghostwind launched for silent torpedoes. Not nuclear, not explosive. These were pulse bombs designed to fry systems, not kill." One by one, the Council ships went dark, engines off, weapons frozen. Communication lost. Inside Vega 7, red lights blared. Commander Vale shouted, "Are we under attack? Where are they?" No answer, only more silence. And then a loud knock on the main docking gate. Knock, knock. A small boarding team enters. 5 humans entered. Through the airlock wearing black armor. No emblems, no names. They moved fast, quiet. Lethal guards tried to stop them, but one by one they were stunned with shock rounds. No deaths, just chaos. One human planted a black box on the command console. Lights blinked. Code spread like fire through the system. Commander Vale screamed, "What do you want?" The lead human removed her helmet. It was Lila Hart. "We want. You too remember," she said, "that Earth chose silence for peace. You forced us to speak." Then she vanished in a flash grenade blast. Back on Ghostwind, Captain Malik watched the operation end smoothly. Pull the team, leave the station powerless, but untouched. An officer asked, "Why not destroy it?" Malik replied, "Because fear is louder than fire. When the Council finds this place half-live and helpless, they'll realize she tapped a button on every wall of the outpost, in every language the Council used. A single message now burned. Earth is awake." 2 hours later, Council war room panic. Vega 7's footage played on a massive screen. Commanders shouted. Advisors argued. No life lost, but entire systems wiped. Security cameras showed nothing. The intruders wore cloaks that bent. Light. Message was sent in over 70 alien languages. Council leader Threx roared, "Who gave Earth this power?" Someone whispered, "We did. We trained them, gave them our technology, treated them like tools." Now the tools had turned into weapons. Flashback years ago, young Earth soldier trained under Council command. He learned how to pilot warships, how to fight in zero gravity, how to hack alien tech. When he graduated, the Drail commander said, "You will serve us well." The human smiled, but inside he whispered, "No, I will serve Earth. And one day, you will regret this." That man was now a captain in the Whisper fleet. Final scene. Inside Vega 7, Aftermath Commander Vale sat alone in the broken control room, hands shaking. Emergency crews had just arrived. The power was returning. But his mind couldn't forget what he had seen, how humans had come like shadows, taken everything, and vanished like smoke. He whispered to himself, "We ruled over them. We watched them. We never saw." This coming, far above him, just beyond the station's broken radar. 5 Earth ships floated in silence, watching, waiting, ready. The sky above Earth looked peaceful. Blue clouds floated gently. Cities were quiet. People walked on the streets like everything was normal. But deep under the ground, something was happening, something the galaxy would never forget, in a secret bunker, hidden far below the ice of Antarctica. 10 people sat around a long metal table. The room was cold. The walls were thick. No signal could get in or out without permission. On the wall behind them, a black screen suddenly turned red. A calm, robotic voice spoke, confirming identity. "Operation Break Chain is live, General." Mira Chen stood up. Her face was sharp, her eyes cold. She looked at the others. "We waited 50 years for this," she said. "Today, Earth stops obeying the Council." Silence filled the room. No one smiled. They all knew what this meant. 5 hours. Earlier, Council Spaceport, Sector 5 Commander Jason Core stood beside his ship, pretending to check supplies. Around him, aliens in bright uniforms loaded crates and checked scanners. Council patrols moved everywhere, watching humans like guards watch prisoners. Jason tapped his cum once. That was the signal. He walked slowly toward a fuel station, then turned left down a narrow hallway. He entered a small maintenance room and closed the door. Inside were 4 other humans. Soldiers, engineers, a pilot, all trained, all ready. Jason nodded once. "The orders are in. We leave now. No more pretending." Back on Earth, same time General Chen watched the hologram of Earth's president flicker in front of her. His voice was calm, but his words were, "Fire. The Council thinks we are weak, obedient. They took our best minds. They used our soldiers. They stole our resources. But now, we hit back. Not to conquer, but to remind them. We were silent by choice." Chen nodded. The whisper fleet. "Is ready, they move tonight. No signals, no warnings." The president leaned forward. "Remember, General, we don't start wars. But if war comes, we end it." The screen turned off. Darkness returned. In orbit, Earth's hidden warship, Eclipse 1A sleek black ship, floated above Earth's dark side. It had no lights, no signal, no nameplate to Council satellites. It looked like space dust. Inside, Captain Rhea Malik checked her controls. Her ship was armed with weapons the galaxy didn't even know existed. Silent torpedoes, gravity mines, cloaking systems. All built in secret, hidden under Earth's oceans, away from the Council's eyes. Rhea looked at her crew. "Ready engines. This is not a test." They all gave silent nods. The ship moved slowly, then vanished. In the Council core system, the Council sat in their great hall. Hundreds of species, hundreds of voices. The Earth representative Ambassador Dorn stood quietly at the edge. He said nothing, just listened. One insect-like ambassador laughed. "Humans are useful, but weak. They have no ships, no power." "They do as we say," another added. "Earth is no threat. We control their skies, their data, their laws." Ambassador Dorn smiled faintly. His wrist beeped once. That was the signal. He stepped out of the hall and disappeared. 6 hours later, deep space. Unmarked Sector A Council scout ship patrolled a quiet part of space near Jupiter. The pilot, a young Tharn officer, noticed something strange static on the sensors. Then silence. He leaned closer. What as before he could finish, a shadow moved outside the window. It was fast, too fast. The ship shook. Lights failed. Weapon systems locked. Then a voice came through, calm, human, and cold. "This is Earth. Remember this moment." The Council ship exploded. Back in the Antarctic bunker, General Chen looked at the data screen. Target destroyed. No trace left. Someone clapped once. Another whispered, "We're finally free." But Chen didn't smile. "No, we're not free yet. The council will come. We have only one chance." She pressed a button. 30 more ships launched from Earth, some from under oceans, some from mountains, all cloaked, all readied and seen. Somewhere in deep space, a council dreadnought picked up a strange reading, just for a second.
Yes.
Then it vanished. The captain stared at his screen. What was that?
No.
The officer next to him looked nervous. "Unknown, sir, but it came from the Sol system." The captain frowned. "Earth, that primitive world." The officer didn't answer. He was still staring, because now the signal returned. But this time, it said only one thing. "We remember everything. Earth is coming." A council patrol ship floated near Saturn's rings. It was quiet, cold. The stars above twinkled peacefully. Inside the ship, Officer Loran adjusted his sensors. He was bored. Another scan. His partner asked. "Same as always," Loran replied.
Nothing ever changes near Earth.
Just then, his screen flashed red.
Ow.
Something was moving fast, but there was no ship on radar. No ID code.
Just shadows.
Loran leaned forward. "Is this a glitch?" The lights flickered. A cold hum filled the ship. Outside, the rings of Saturn began to glow, strangely reflecting something large, but invisible. Then came the whisper. A voice, quiet, deep, and human. "We warned you." 1 second later, the patrol ship was gone, vanished in a silent blue. Flash. No debris. No signal. No sound. Only silence. Elsewhere, Earth's Deep Command Center General Mira Chen stood before a massive holographic map. Blue dots showed council ships. Red dots were Earth's, only a few, perfectly placed. "Operation Whisper is working," said Captain Rhea Malik, her voice coming from a secure channel. "We've disabled 4 patrols. No one suspects. It's us." Chen nodded. "Good. Stay in the shadows. Let the council chase ghosts." She turned to her staff. "Prepare the second fleet. The galaxy must think Earth is quiet, till it's too late." Flashback 5 years ago, at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Earth's leaders met in a secret facility called Fort Abyss. It had taken decades to build, hidden under pressure so deep, even council satellites couldn't scan it. They're Earth's top scientists, engineers, and commanders planned what no one else had dared. A cloaked fleet. "No signals," said Admiral Ross. "No trails. No mistakes. We'll build ships the galaxy can't even detect. We'll be ghosts," said Chen. "We'll call them the Whisper Fleet." And so, in darkness and silence, Earth began preparing for the day they would break free. Now, Edge of Council-controlled Space Council Commander Trivak sat on the bridge of his cruiser. He had just received news. Another patrol lost near Sol System. No wreckage, no survivors. That made 5 ships gone in 2 weeks. This is no pirate. "Attack," he growled. "Someone is hunting us." A junior officer stepped forward. "Sir, permission to speak?" "Go ahead." The officer hesitated. "All the attacks happen near Earth's system. What if they're not as weak as we thought?" Trevok laughed. "Earth has no fleet, no cloaking tech. They're barely more than animals." But still, ordered his ship to turn. Away from Sol, on the whisper ship Eclipse, to Captain Malik, stood silently, watching her crew. Her ship was invisible, even to Earth's own satellites. No engine heat, no electronic signal. They were true ghosts. "We approach target Theta," her pilot said. "Council Research Station, light defense. Activate Phase 2, Malik." Ordered outside, small pods detached from the hull.
Oh.
They floated silently toward the station. Inside each was a virus, digital and biological. Earth didn't just want to destroy, they wanted to weaken the Council's core. Within seconds, the station's lights went dark. Systems failed. Alarms screamed. But by the time backup arrived, Eclipse 2 was long gone. Council emergency meeting panic filled the grand chamber. Holograms flickered. Voices shouted. 5 patrols lost. Station Theta has been compromised. No one knows who did it. Earth's ambassador Dorn stood quietly near the back. His face was calm, his eyes cold. A voice asked, "Do we suspect the humans?" Another replied, "They don't have the tech. This is impossible for them." Dorn raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. Back on Earth, civilian-level news stations were quiet. Life looked normal. People went to work. Children played, but hidden in small towns and inside schools, secret training centers were working. Old farmers were retired soldiers. Teachers were spies. Bakers were engineers from the Whisper Project. Earth wasn't just fighting with ships. They were preparing every mind, every hand, for what was coming. "Let the galaxy sleep," Chen once said. "Let them believe we are still slaves." Final scene: in the darkness between stars, a giant council carrier drifted slowly across a trade route. It was fully armed. 10 escort ships surrounded it. Inside were weapons meant to keep the galaxy under council rule. But something moved in the darkness. No engine trails. No warnings. 3 Earth ships appeared from nowhere. One message was sent short. In clear, "Earth does not kneel." Then, silence. Weapons fired. But Earth's ships were already gone. The carrier's hull broke in half, systems failed, life support collapsed, and the Whisper fleet vanished again, leaving only fear behind.